NBA analyst Slick Ric Bucher is back. Slick, I cannot wait for your thoughts on this one. Was Kyrie Irving out of line with his antics?
He was. He was out of line. He was out of line with who he wants us to believe Kyrie Irving is. I honestly, going back and forth with fans, we can debate all day long whether athletes should be doing that or shouldn't be doing that. I dare say the NBA is going to step in and give its opinion that it does not want its players doing what Kyrie Irving did. We should find that out shortly. But in the big picture, Kyrie Irving tells me all these things about who he is and what he's about, and all of his actions tell me something different. This is a guy who talks about peace, love, and positive energy, and yet he's going to go to the lowest common denominator and exchange things with the Boston fans, who he knows feel a certain kind of way about him because essentially he lied to him. He said, I'm coming back if you'll have me. And then things changed. And so he has to understand why they feel about him the way that they do. And look, very quick story. I worked it was the D League. Now it's the G League. I was a D League ref to do a story for the other network. And I am like Kyrie Irving in that if you talk junk to me, man, I can't wait to talk junk to you. And I am working as a ref, being trained as a ref, and I'm standing in front of one of the benches, and I'd made a call at the other end, offensive charge, and they're chirping at me over my back, and I can't help but go back at him. I go, that was an easy call. That was an easy call. And so I'm engaging, and meanwhile, I was supposed to be rotating. My focus was off of my job and what I was supposed to be doing just for a split second because I was engaging here. Kyrie Irving, you can't tell me that he's all in on what he needs to do. And he said, there was a couple of things he said that just drive me crazy. He goes, as a competitor, I'm going to respond. Dude, you're not competing with the fans. That's not the competition. Competition is on the court, and the best answer you can have to them is not to engage. We talk about this all the time on social media. Don't punch down. Like somebody's got 14 followers. What are you doing engaging? You're bringing them onto the stage with you. That's not how it works. And that's what Kyrie Irving is doing. Aside from the fact that he tells me he's not all about that. He's about peace, love, and energy. And if I do give it to him, I'm going to look him straight in the eye. Well, okay, but you had your back to him and you gave him the double bird. And you did the crying thing. You weren't looking them in the eye when you did that. So what is it you really about, Kyrie? Are you really about that? Because you're saying if they're, mostly they're not about that. Okay, well, are you about that? Because that's not what I saw in this game.
Yo, I love it, Slick. I love it. You hit the nail on the head. At the end of the day, Kyrie Irving will get, if he hasn't already been, distracted by that. Kyrie, you're not in a battle versus the Celtics fans. You're in a battle versus the Celtics. You got to worry about Jayson Tatum. You ain't got to worry about the dude in section 24, row 12, seat A. So what are you really talking about? Worry about the players you're actually competing against. Slick, I knew they had Kyrie Irving the moment he started chirping back. I made the parallel, Slick. I know you're very aware because you're one of the most astute analysts in the game. Ja Morant, Slick, I don't know if you heard his quotes on Pat Beverly. I believe it was on Thursday when he was like, we ain't ducking no smoke. As soon as I heard that, I was like, Ja, Pat Bev has already won. Because Pat Beverly should not breathe the same basketball oxygen as you, Ja Morant. You were in contention for top 5, top 10 NBA MVP candidate, Ja Morant. And you worried about a dude who, at best, might drop 11 points in the playoffs? The fact that you, Ja, are speaking to Pat Beverly means he already got you beat. The fact that you, Kyrie, are even engaging with the crowd means they've already got you beat. Kyrie, you in a fight for your life in these playoffs right now. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, that's already enough to handle. You trying to play against them while simultaneously chirping against them? Not gonna work, big dog. Slick, I said it, and Cell educates me on it all the time. You can't both try to maximize your success on a daily basis and also engage with the trolls on social media. You got to pick one. Now, you can engage with the trolls if you want to, but you could probably be doing something more productive than engaging with trolls on social media.
Yep.
Read a book. Invest in your business plan. Go out to dinner with a friend. By engaging with social media, you're not doing something else you could be doing. So, Kyrie, while you flipping a bird, while you're doing X, Y, and Z, you could be thinking about the next play. You could be thinking about the next movement. You could be thinking about, okay, if Jayson Tatum does this is what I'm going to do. You could be thinking about what ended up being the final possession when Jayson Tatum cuts, when Kevin Durant's turning a blind eye, and you, Kyrie, are a late help defender. So all that being said, I love your take, Slick. I like what Kyrie is doing, but I think he's hurting his team ultimately.
Okay, I disagree with both of you guys, and I'm going to disrespectfully disagree. We were here. We're going to have this conversation. Okay. Only thing I want to correct about what Kyrie Irving said and did, the only issue I have is we got to get out of this narrative, y'all, of like, yo, where I'm from, I'm getting tired of that. Where I'm from, this is what you do. You know why? Because where you're from doesn't make you who you are, right? Okay, let me give you that. It's more of what you've been through. Right? Because I'm from Compton, but I'm the softest dude walking these streets. Most people would think if you're from Compton, you gotta be hard. But I'm raising some little monsters in Encino right now. And I dare you walk up to them and say, oh, where y'all from Encino and think they soft? Oh, they coming for your head, partner. So let's get out of this where I'm from stuff and let's start talking about what you've been through. All right, let's get it going, because I agree with everything else Kyrie Irving said. It's amazing when Michael Jordan has documentaries and uses everything to fuel his fire, whether it's the fan who is looking at him crazy or the opponent who gave him a slight. And we just sit here and glamorize it. Michael Jordan is competition. But when Kyrie Irving does the same damn thing and gets you 39, we got a problem with it. Sooner or later, it's gonna distract you. When? He hit the biggest shot in NBA Finals history potentially a few years ago. Ask the Cavs, ask LeBron. When? He has the most points scored in the fourth quarter of all players in the NBA this year. When's it gonna catch up to Kyrie Irving? Y'all gotta respect this. Sometimes when you're engaging in something, it's just mindless behavior. Like when my wife watches reality shows and all that. It's mindless behavior, just like a basketball player dribbling a basketball. They're not consciously thinking of it anymore. That's way behind them. So let's learn the difference between engaging and internalizing. What you guys are talking about is if Kyrie Irving internalizes these moments, it's going to have an effect on him. Yeah, I agree with you, but no, it won't happen to Kyrie Irving. Slick, I need to see your face. Might as well throw Acho up there just so I can have him suffer too. Slick, you so damn old school. You remember the G League when it was the D League, right? And I do too, because I'm old like you, right. Slick. But I got to hit you with some Wileyisms, man. You made me do it. Talking about Kyrie Irving, I thought you was for peace, love, and energy. What happened to the soul? We took that out, huh, Soul Train? Used to be peace, love, and soul. Now it's peace, love, and energy. I love it, Slick. Let me hit you with two Wileyisms, and I just heard them this morning, so work with me.
How do you hear Wileyisms?
Because
you create a Wileyism.
I plagiarize others and call it for me like everyone else does in this world and try to market it, like your books. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Here we go. One is the old idea of self, you, was this uniform property. The new idea of self is not a unified being. Slick, what do I mean? Inside your brain...
This doesn't sound like a Wileyism.
This is a Wileyism. Inside your brain exists a society of different minds. Oh, that's deep. Let me tell you why that's deep. Because y'all acting like Kyrie Irving always got to go out there, peace, love, and soul in it, and giving you energy, when realizing that Kyrie Irving is just transferring the energy you give him back to you. I don't want Kyrie Irving to say, oh, that's nice of you, gracious response for giving me the bird or saying F-bombs. I want Kyrie Irving to do what he did. Give you buckets and then show you visually what you orally said to him. Nothing wrong with what Kyrie Irving did. We've all been there before. If not, you're a hypocrite, because there are multiple layers to your expression, Slick. Just on television, you don't want to show that.